Minnesota radio stations. He has hosted his Musicians Roundup on KDUZ for 42 years, where he also interviews musicians and presents their music. He's been a guest on WCCO radio, namely the Boone and Erickson Show, many times. Lester has been president of the Minnesota Band Leaders under the Minnesota Ballroom Operators Association. Again, promoting music in Minnesota. He is part owner of a Little Crow recording company in Hutchinson. Performances with the band have had him traveling in 9 states. Grand openings of Target in Hutchinson, Burger Chocolate in Hutchinson, Citizens Bank in Hutchinson, playing for Hubert Humphrey's campaign for president, Rudy Batush's run for senator, Minneapolis Aquatennial, St. Paul's Winter Carnival, Minnesota Twins games, and Minnesota North Star hockey. My Car Waltz and Gassa Hall Polka are 2 songs he has written, the latter of which, Gassa Hall Polka, using a blend of alcohol and gas, he was given an award by President Ronald Reagan. To this date, there are 17 recordings using 33 1/3 vinyl, cassettes, 8 tracks, CDs, DVDs of the Country Dutchman Band. Born in 1937, Lester has been involved in music all his life. He sang with the Brownton High Choir, a member of the Brownton High School Quartet, plays in brass quartet in church, sings in the Hutchinson Kiwanis Club, played in the 204th Medical Battalion Army Band, started and directs the Sweet Hour of Prayer Quartet in Hutchinson. He is on the stewardship committee in his church where he promotes music of all types. 2022 inductee to the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame, Dr. Lester Schuft.
Thank you, my fellow musicians. I'm 84 years old. I've had my band for 63 years. And it's been a great ride. And I have many thank yous that I want to hand out. First of all, I want to thank my God for giving me the trumpet ability and having the band. I want to thank my parents, Albert and Hertha Schuft, who were always there and made sure I had great instruments. And there was a stretch of 3 years, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, where they took me twice a month to New Ulm here to get private lessons. And the gentleman that you probably remember, Brown and Meidel Music Store, Mr. Ray Meidel, was my personal trumpet teacher, and he was the Catholic High School band instructor and the New Ulm Municipal band instructor. And if he wasn't around, his brother, Stanley, who was the band director at the Sleepy Eye at the Catholic school, would give me lessons. And they were great people, they were great personalities, they knew how to handle young people like me, which sometimes was kind of hard to handle, but they did it. And we cut a new CD, it was released 2 weeks ago, and there were 12 musicians on. And would the musicians on that record, would you please stand up and give them a hand? They deserve every bit of it. I have no relatives such as sisters or brothers, but I can tell you that every one of these people that are in my band are my close associates. And I counted back a week ago, and out of my duration of playing, there are 31 of the musicians that are deceased. And I still miss every single one of them, every single one. I ran across an article here. It says, Hans Christian Andersen, I think you all know him, a big author, and he had a motto: when words fail, music speaks. And I think that's pretty true at all. I have my own motto, and the motto is, music is therapy. And I can vouch for that. I graduated from Gustavus in chemistry, biology, psychology, and had the musical round there. Went to the university, picked up my master's in psychology, and they hired me as a counselor for 6 years. And there's a couple of words that I'm going to give you, and I want each of you to take that home tonight. I don't care what your problems are, you'll beat the works. And it's faith, family, and friends. And what I mean with that, when the chips are down, you call on the good Lord. Start praying.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. And the next thing is family. If you got a family member that's close to you, that you can confide in and say anything you want to and ask their advice. And the number 3 F are friends. And everybody's got a real close friend that you can speak with and ask for advice to help you through the endeavors of your problems. And let me tell you, there isn't a person that's sitting here that doesn't have problems at some time. We all have them, I can assure you. I want to give, the reason that I'm really here is my life was spared. I should have been gone. I shouldn't have made it to 84. There's 2 people that I really want to acknowledge. My personal physician from Hutchinson, Dr. David Byron, and his wife are here tonight. Would you please stand up? He was one of the people that sang to the front. And the other one was from the Minnesota Heart Institute at Abbott Northwestern. And Dr. Byron knows him well, just like I do. Dr. Travers, cardiologist. I can tell you, I went through, I don't sometimes know why I'm still here. I really don't. And the reason I say that is I had 6 heart operations. I had 4 bypasses, I had a pacemaker, I had a defibrillator, and I had a mitral valve put in. Now, that's going through a lot. But I can tell you that these 2 physicians were by my side, and I give them the credit that I'm here this evening to see you folks here. I also want to acknowledge your mayor. He spoke in German, and of course that was the first language I ever know. So Mr. Mayor, don't give up that German. I want to thank Mr. Besmer. I've known him for a long time. And your MC, Mr. Filgen, has been a friend of mine for a long time. I used to have a show every Sunday on KDUZ here at Hutch, and he would call me up, and we'd talk for a whole half an hour, and sometime it was longer. So, Brian, hats off to you, and I thank you very much. Like I said, I have to be thankful and blessed that I'm here this evening. And I value each and every one of you. And I'm going to give you a challenge. Don't forget those 3 F's in life. And the next thing is, when you have an opportunity to help somebody in music, help them. I don't care what it is. If you gotta buy them a horn, buy them a horn. If the parents can't afford it. Do anything you can to get them into the music business. I also want to give a special acknowledgement to Molly B., one of the other inductees tonight. I've known Molly for a long, long time and her family. Jim Woosten and his wife are here, great musicians. Jim, where are you? There he is, right there. Great musician and instrumental in getting Molly going. Give you a little bit of history on Molly. Molly graduated, I believe, from Spring Grove, Minnesota, and Jim was the superintendent there, but that's where she graduated. There she went to Luther College in Decorah, Iowa. And she got her music degree there and her education degree both. And I don't know of too many young people that have been that successful, but she had the drive to do it. And everybody has it in you, but you can't get it done. But she has. And she's got her own syndicated TV shows, and I've played on her shows a number of times. She's one of the great promoters of music that we have around. I can honestly, and give her a hand. I admire her. Another person I want to acknowledge, and he's here tonight, I don't know where he is my friend Jim Bartles. For years was the manager of our radio station, Hutch. Then for ages the manager here at KDUZ. A great gentleman. He's one of the great promoters of music, I can tell you that right now. I know him well. He grew up only 2 miles from me. I played his wedding dance. I played his brother's wedding dance. And I played his parents' anniversary a number of times. So it's been my pleasure. And folks, please encourage people to go into music. It's a great field. God bless you all and thank you.